third base, number 2, Brecklin Dennis. At second base, number 10, Sloan Johnson. At first base, number 20, Bailey Krolchek. Catching for the Apaches, number 4, Aubrey Carricker. And pitching in the circle for game 2 of today's doubleheader for your Apaches, number 12, Hannah Frank.
Well, welcome back to Bullard. We're just about ready to start game 2. Apaches have taken their warm-ups, and the Angelina is about to start in the batter's box here. Dr. John Groth with you, game 2. The Apaches now 20-3 on the year. They're led by first-year head coach Eric Henderson. And, of course, the Angelina Lady Roadrunners now 14-9 on the year, 0-1 in conference play. The Apaches 1-0 after the opener. It was an 8-0 no-hitter by Dakota Stoughton. We'll get you the lineups as we work through the first inning. Glad you're aboard. First pitch. It's going to miss for ball 1. This is Jada Carter, and Jada was 0 for 2 in the opener. And that's all I'm going to say all day for the Lady Roadrunners, because Dakota Stoughton threw a no-hitter. There was not a Lady Roadrunner that got a hit in the opener, so repeat that a few times here. We got a very similar lineup. Couple of new batters in the lineup for the Lady Roadrunners. Jada Carter in left, Sarah Mays in as the designated player batting second. Kaylee Ancelot batting third for the Lady Roadrunners. Anna Elise Guest back in the cleanup spot in center field. Alexa Von Gontard at first base. Michaela Roger in right. Brenda Sanchez behind the plate. That ball's popped up right side and just out of play. Count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michaela Roger in right. Brenda Sanchez will handle the catching duties. Andrea Rodriguez at second base. And Caitlin Odom gets the start at shortstop and bats ninth for the Lady Roadrunners. In the circle, it's the freshman from Australia, Hannah Smart. 1-2 pitch. Just inside, barely. And it's 2-2. Defensively for the Apaches, Jasmine Dodd in left. Tangela Smith in center. Malaya Alvaro in right. Brecklin Dennis at third. Eliana Mariquin at short. Sloan Johnson gets the start at second base. A little looper right back to the circle. And Hannah Frank handles it for the first out of the ball game. I'm going to put an L1 there, a little liner.
Sarah Mays.
And here's Sarah Mays, the designated player. And she's batting second here in game 2. She was batting third in the opener. She'll step in with 1 out, nobody aboard. Hannah Frank delivers ball 1. Got the delayed strike call. Bailey Krolchek at first. Aubrey Carricker gets the start behind the plate. And in the circle for the Apaches, the right-handed sophomore from Rockwall, Texas, Hannah Frank. This is her 12th appearance of the year, 8 of them as a starter. She does have 2 complete games. She is 7-0 with a 1.38 ERA. Next pitch misses low. 40 2/3 innings pitched, 41 strikeouts, and 14 walks. Opposing batters hitting .239 off the sophomore from Rockwall, Texas, Hannah Frank. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and fouled straight back, and it's 2-2. Sarah Mays flew out to center and grounded back to the pitcher, actually off the pitcher's glove in the opener, 0 for 2.
Mays, a sophomore from Lufkin, Texas.
Hometown girl. That ball's well hit into the gap and out of here. A 1-out home run is the first run of the day for the Lady Roadrunners. Sarah Mays connects. And the Lady Roadrunners take the early lead here. Well, she put a good swing on a good pitch, and it traveled out of here. We have a south-southwesterly at 14, so that wind's going to blow out again here in game 2. And 77 degrees at game time. We're probably going to sneak close to 80 here before we're done. And stepping in now with 1 out is Kaylee Ancelot. Ancelot in the opener. Fly ball to center and a walk. She was the only Lady Roadrunner to reach base in that first game. Base hit up the middle. There goes the no-hitter I guess the home run stopped the no-hitter.
Now batting
So
with
back-to-back
runners and
hits.
1 out. Number 22.
That's something we didn't see in the opener.
Yes.
It's not an Angelina Lady Roadrunner that got a base hit in the opener, and now we got 2 in a row here, home run and a single. So it's 1-0, and here's Annalise Guest, the cleanup hitter. Made some great plays in that opener in center field. At the plate, she grounded out twice, once to second and once to first. And she's holding her arm, and she got hit by that pitch. So a hit batter.
Now batting with runner at first and second.
Lady
1 out.
Roadrunners
Number 14, Alexa von Gontard.
immediately jumping out here early. Coach Henderson out to have a chat with Hannah Frank. Hannah, with her eighth start of the year, she's had a nice year, 7-0 with a 1.38 ERA. Well, Lady Roadrunners had come out swinging the bats, and Anna Elise Guest at first base, kind of holding that right arm. Keep an eye on her if she goes back out in the field. She's on first base at the moment. Here's Alexa von Gontard. First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, talked to the head coach, Josh Barnes, before the game earlier, and talked about the fact that this Angelina club has been explosive at times. And that first game, they were held in check by Dakota Stoughton throwing the no-hitter, but they have come out swinging it here in the game, too. 1-1 pitch. Called a strike. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch, off the hands. Krolchek will grab it and step on the bag for the second out of the inning.
Now batting with runners in scoring positions, 2 out.
Runners move up a spot, so you got
Number 10,
Ancelot at third,
Michaela
Guest at
Roger.
second. And here's Michaela Roger now, the right fielder for the first time. And Roger in the opener grounded out to second and struck out looking. Frank. First pitch, outside corner, called a strike. Well,
Rogers, a sophomore from Huntsville, Texas, coach.
Next pitch, inside corner, moving it in and out. And it's 0-2 with 2 outs. Big opportunity here for the Lady Roadrunners, fouled off. They already have a run on a solo home run by Sarah Mays, second batter of the ball game, and an opportunity here to create a little bit of distance in the early going here. Get a 2-out hit.
Hannah can squeeze out of this with just 1
Here's
run.
the 0-2.
She'll feel fortunate.
Strike 3 called.
She just
And
did.
Great pitch right there, and she does get out of trouble. That could have been a lot worse. A home run by Sarah Mays gives the Lady Roadrunners a 1-0 lead, but Hannah Frank gets out of trouble by striking out Michaela Roger, and that'll do it. So 1 run on 2 hits, 2 are left, both in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 1. Your new score from Schwab Field here in Bullard, Texas. It's Angelina 1 and the Apaches coming to the plate. Let's walk you through the Apache lineup for Game 2 as we got a new pitcher in the circle for Angelina. Leading off is Jasmine Dodd in left field. Batting second, the third baseman, Brecklin Dennis. Batting third, center fielder Tangela Smith. Batting cleanup, right fielder Malaya Alvera. Batting fifth, first baseman Bailey Krolchek. Batting sixth, the designated player, Alandria Kim. Batting 7th, the shortstop, Eliana Mariquin. Batting 8th, the second baseman, Sloan Johnson. Batting 9th, the catcher, Aubrey Carricker. And defensively for the Angelina Lady Roadrunners, Jada Carter in left, Annalise Guest in center, Michaela Roger in right, Kaylee Ancelot at third, Caitlin Odom at short, Andrea Rodriguez at second, Alexa Von Gontard at first, Brenda Sanchez behind the plate, and in the circle is left-handed freshman from Melbourne, Australia, Hannah Smart. Smart 3-1 on the year with a 7.00 ERA, 31 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts, 21 walks, posting hitters hitting .295 off the left-handed freshman from Australia, Hannah Smart. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. Left-on-left matchup here with Jasmine Dodd taking ball 1. Next pitch is going to be offered at, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Jasmine Dodd in the opener got hit by a pitch twice, singled, and struck out looking. She scored a run and did have an RBI. One of those hit by pitches was with the bases loaded. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Grounder to second. This is Rodriguez, and boy, she threw high, but Von Gontard able to bring that one in for out number 1.
Now batting with 1 out, number 2, Brecklin Dennis.
4-3 if you're scoring at the house. Stepping in is Brecklin Dennis, and Brecklin in the opener walked, flew out to center field, and had an infield single. So 1 for 2. First pitch in there, strike 1. Another left-on-left matchup here, as you got the big left-hander, Hannah Smart. It's her 11th appearance of the season, 8 of them as a starter. She does have 1 complete game. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Apaches won the opener 8-0 behind the no-hit effort from Dakota Stoughton in the circle. But they find themselves trailing here in game 2, 1-0.
Brecklin had a great game defensively at third for the Apaches in that first game.
Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Well, that wind continues to whistle a bit. It's going to blow the ball out of here a bit. And now somehow Dennis drops the bat.
She's not using batting gloves like some of the girls do.
1-2 count with 1 away. Nobody on. Bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Lady Roadrunners. Strike 3 called outside corner. And there's 2 up and 2 down. First strikeout of the ball game for Hannah Smart. And that'll bring up center fielder Tangela Smith.
Number 7, Tangela Smith.
So Tangela Smith steps in. She had 2 hits and 3 at-bats in the opener. Both of them were bunts. And she lined out to left field, so we'll see. Ancelot going to creep in a bit. First pitch to Smith. She's going to show bunt, and it's called a strike. So Ancelot a little quicker off the trigger there when she saw that barrel drop. And there's 1 strike. The problem with that, obviously, is if Tangela Smith decides to go ahead and whack away there, get a lot of holes in the infield. Here's the 0-1. Misses high. She did not show bunt there. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith 349 coming into the doubleheader. The 1-1. She's going to show bunt, and it's called a strike. So she's a Louisiana Tech commit, isn't she?
That's correct.
Yeah. She's going to go play for Maria Wynn Ratliff over for the Lady Texters. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. So far, a clean first inning for Hannah Smart. The next pitch swung on and just did get a piece of it. Count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball went off of Tangela's foot, and she's going to hop down towards first base. Those do not feel good, I'll tell you that. You know, the goal of hitting a ball, whether it's baseball or softball, is to hit it hard. You're swinging that bat with as much velocity as you can, and if it goes straight down on your foot, that just is a lot of force right on, and those toes can be really sensitive. I don't know if she got it off the toe, but
They have shin guards in your day, John?
yeah,
in your
no,
play?
they did not have such things. So
You just
I suck it up. Tangela does not have any foot guards going right here, but you know, you ever stub your toe in the middle of the night, it just hurts like the dickens, right? So that's multiply that by about 10. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tangela Smith battling with Hannah Smart. Here comes the next pitch. Low, 3-2. Well, if Smith reaches, it would be Malaya Alvaro next for the Apaches. And you can tell Tangela Smith still trying to work that foot issue out. She hit a foul ball right off her front foot, the left foot there. 3-2 pitch, hit well to center field. This is deep, and this is gone. Home run for Tangela Smith. And we're tied at 1.
Home run, Apaches.
So Tangela works the count to 3-2, and she catches a fastball, drives it to the deepest part of the ballpark over what looks to be about a, I don't know if it's 10 feet. It's probably 8 or 10 feet high wall out there in center. And probably got a little bit of push from the wind. But we are tied at 1. And Pete Mandoli is all over that scoreboard.
Now batting with 2 outs. Number 1, Malia Olvera.
He had that 1 on the board before she touched home plate. Is that legal? She's got to touch play before it's actually a run, Pete. Don't break the rules on us. Here's Malaya Alvera with 2 outs and nobody aboard. We're tied at 1. 2 solo home runs have been the scoring here so far. 1 ball, no strikes. Left-hander Hannah Smart. The pitch misses high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And that just missed low. Pretty good pitch right there. Called a ball. It's 3-0. Alvera in the opener, 4 RBIs, a 3-run homer, and an RBI double to go with a walk. So she was 2 for 2. And ball 4. That's another pretty good pitch. So that'll be the first walk of the inning.
Now batting with runner at first and 2 outs.
2 outs.
Number 20,
Here's Bailey Krolchek.
Krolchek.
Krolchek in the opener also had a home run, a 2-run shot, and she also had a single. She was 2 for 3 in the ball game. Apaches opened things up in the early going in the opener, 5 in the first inning, and then 3 more in the second inning. And that's all they would need. Dakota Stoughton took care of the rest through a no-hitter.
John, you correctly called that. Krolchek got another chance in that first game because of an illegal pitch.
Yeah.
Made the most of it. She told me she felt lucky, but I said, well, you did something with it.
And there she got hit by the pitch. And that one went right off of her back. She's going to kind of jog her way to first base, take off her helmet, and bend over. Looked like it got her right. Might have got her right between the 2 and the 0.
Now
The back of her
batting with
jersey.
runner first and second, 2 outs. Number 18, Allie Kim.
So here's Allie Kim now. And she's a designated player here in Game 2. She did not play in the opener, so her first plate appearance is right now. First pitch. Lined up the middle, base hit. Runner's going to be sent home, and it's 2-1 Apaches. She liked that first pitch she saw, and she drilled it right up the middle. So an RBI single by Allie Kim scores Alvera. And here's Aliana Mariquin.
I thought for a moment the center fielder was going to try to
I thought she was going to come up throwing,
but she hesitated.
Annalise Guest has made some great plays with her glove. I thought she was going to show off her arm strength there, and she held on to the ball. 0-1, or first pitch is going to be in there, and it's 0-1.
In case you're wondering, John, about the jersey, number 23 white jersey was lost, but Aliana assures me she did not lose it. It was lost, but she was not the one.
Okay. Who was 23 last year? That's what I want to know. That's the prime suspect for sticky fingers. Next pitch misses. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And also, I found out that Kendall Hernandez kind of had her back stiffen up on her. It was that same injury when she slid into second last week, and it stiffened up on her after that first at bat.
Okay. So she'll have to get some treatment on that. She is not in the lineup here in Game 2 either. So obviously wishing her the best. Wild pitch gets away from the catcher, and the runners move up a spot. So Kim goes to second. Krolchek goes to third, and the Apaches with a golden opportunity here to double their run output here in the first inning. It's 2-1, and now a base hit would likely score 2 more. This is Aliana Mariquin with a 2-1 count. And Brenda Sanchez runs out to the circle to try to encourage Hannah Smart. Smart, the left-handed freshman from Melbourne, Australia, long way from home. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Misses high and inside, 3-1.
Interesting enough, the Tyler Junior College Apache tennis team has a young man who's come from Melbourne, Australia, to join the tennis squad this year. That actually came in January.
Sloan Johnson waits on deck for the Apaches. The 3-1. Just off the plate. And it's a second walk in the inning. Pretty good pitches there. There's been a couple of good pitches. Called a ball here. Mr. Umpire still trying to find his spot. Bases loaded. And Sloan Johnson steps in.
Well, after getting the first 2 outs, Smart gave up a home run to Smith, and then she's walked a couple and hit a batter and run into a few problems.
Yep, she got the first 2 outs. And all this has been done with 2, and of course she would love to get out of trouble here, much like her counterpart Hannah Frank got out of trouble for the Apaches in their half of the first inning. So
Sloan Johnson, a sophomore.
0-1 pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Bases full of Apaches. Hannah Smart in the circle. The pitch. Ground ball. Tough play at second. And she'll make it. Nicely done over there by Andrea Rodriguez. And she'll flip it over to first for the final out of the inning. So the Apaches get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave them loaded. And that could have been a lot worse for Hannah Smart and the Lady Roadrunners. She does a nice job of getting out of trouble, as did her counterparts. So after 1 complete inning, our score from Schwab Field here on the campus of Brook Hill School is Tyler 2 and Angelina 1. Hannah Frank throws ball 1 as we enter the second inning of play. 2-1 Tyler. 30 pitches for Hannah Smart, 21 in inning number 1 for Hannah Frank. And she falls behind 2-0. Well, baseball and softball, you got to work ahead. If you're constantly working from behind here, it's going to spell trouble. 2-0 pitch. Misses inside, 3-0. Mr. Umpire's strike zone has kind of run away and hide here for a little bit. Hit some pretty good pitches called balls on both sides. And there's a strike. It looked a little bit further out than the earlier pitch. 3-1. Nobody on, nobody out. 7, 8, 9 for the Lady Roadrunners. Tapper up the middle and base hit. So Brenda Sanchez with the leadoff single. And here come the Lady Roadrunners.
Now batting with runner
Andrea Rodriguez.
Number 9,
steps in.
Rodriguez.
And she was 0 for 1. The 8 and 9 hitters in the lineup for the Lady Roadrunners only got 1 at bat in the opener. We only played 5 innings. Rodriguez grounded out to second base 1 time. That was it in the opener. Caitlin Odom is next, and she did the same. First pitch is in there, strike 1. 2-1 Tyler. We're in the top of the second inning. Game 2 of the doubleheader. It was an 8-0 Tyler victory in the opening game. Both teams playing their first conference games of the season. Apaches 1-0 and Angelina 0-1. There's the bunt and fouled off. And it's quickly 0-2 on the second baseman, Andrea Rodriguez.
In Hannah Frank's previous 11 appearances, John, she had only walked 14, but has 41 strikeouts. So her control has been excellent so far this season.
0-2 back to the circle. You throw to second for 1. You throw to first. Not in time. Good hustle by Rodriguez to beat out that double play. It's going to go 1-6 on the fielder's choice.
1 out. Number 5, Caitlin Odom.
So with 1 away and 1 on, here's Caitlin Odom for the first time. And she grounded out to the second baseman in her only plate appearance in the opener. First pitch. Tapper to second. You might turn 2. You flip it to 1. Not enough time. Sloan Johnson took a minute to get over there, so that'll go 6-4 on that fielder's choice.
First and 2 outs. Number 13.
And back to the top you go. It's the leadoff hitter, Jada Carter, the left fielder. She hit a little soft line drive right back to the circle her first time up, 0 for 1. As Hannah Frank starting to find a bit of a rhythm in that circle now. Does not seem to be falling behind quite as many hitters. And as soon as I say that, she falls behind 1-0. The pitch. Little tapper falls in no man's land. Sloan Johnson picks it up and makes a nice flip over to Krolchek for the final out of the inning. So that'll go 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. And that'll end the inning. A leadoff single, and from that point on, 3 consecutive outs for Hannah Frank. And that'll do it. A 0 on the board for the Lady Roadrunners in inning number 2. The Apaches come to the plate. It's 9-1-2. Carricker, Dodd, and Dennis. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Bullard, Texas. Dr. John Groth, Dr. Charles Johnson on my side here. 2-1 Tyler. This is Aubrey Kerker for the first time today. First pitch is in there, strike one. She did not play in the opener, and she'll get her first plate appearance against Hannah Smart. That was pitch number 31 for Hannah Smart. She threw 30 in her first inning of work. Here's the 0-1. Up the middle, base hit. Aubrey aboard with no one out. So a nice piece of hit right there. Aubrey puts a good swing on a good pitch.
Carricker came into the game batting .316, and she just raised it a bit.
Yep. Here's Jasmine Dodd for the second time today. She grounded out to second base her first time up here in the second game. 2-1 Apaches in the bottom of the second inning. There's the bunt right out in front of the plate. Not going to get there. That's a perfect bunt.
Perfect bunt
By Jasmine Dodd. And the Apaches are in business here in the second inning. Two runners with nobody out.
When you're going well, John, everything's working.
Yep.
Second, no outs.
The bunts stop at the right place. The ball finds the holes.
Well, she's got good speed. It would have had to, there was no way to make that play. It kept rolling away from the catcher. Once it did that, Sanchez had no shot. And actually, Von Gontran, she's the one that fielded that ball. Here's Brecklin Dennis. She'll lay down a bunt, and that'll go foul. So this is more of a bunt situation with two on and nobody out. Trying to move those runners over for Smith and Olvera to drive in. Of course, we already know Brecklin Dennis is well capable of driving some people in herself, but it's still a very viable bunt situation here with an 0-1 count.
Should you push that bunt down the third base line?
Well, she's not bunting there. She swung away, and it went off her foot. So that seems to be the theme of the last couple of innings here. Well, if it helps at all, after Tangela hit it off her foot, she hit it out of the park. We'll see if Brecklin can follow suit here. 0-2 count on third baseman Brecklin Dennis. She struck out looking her first time up.
Fully capable.
Little tapper foul, and that one goes off her other leg. So she'll get back in there. Well, she's a scrappy hitter. That first at bat of the ball game in the last game, I don't know, we didn't get a final count, but it had to be a 12 to 15 pitch at bat. She fouled off
at least that
probably 10 pitches. So here we go, back to work with an 0-2 count. Off the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Brecklin's a diminutive young lady, and I imagine those balls are ball on bone.
Don't feel well. She's very quick. She's got good hands at third base, and she can swing the bat.
She can.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Line shot, foul. There's a display of her bat speed right there. She's way out in front of that. Count goes back to a 1-2 count. You got Kerker at second base and Jasmine Dodd at first. And a 1-2 count on Brecklin Dennis. Left on left, the pitch. Fouled off again, and here we go. She's just getting started, Pete.
That's right.
That's 4 foul balls, I think, in this at bat.
She's looking for that pitch that she likes. With 2 strikes, she's doing what she has to do.
Yep, staying alive.
Staying alive.
Here's the 1-2. Off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Smart working in, working out, working in, working out. And she's not able to get Brecklin Dennis to nibble on those outside pitches, and they're well off the plate. So if the pattern continues, she would come in here. Here's the 2-2. Nope, she goes away with the fastball. And it's a full count. Not sure you're going to want to load them up for Tangela Smith. Angela Smith waits on deck. She hit a home runner last time up. And you're one pitch away from doing just that. Nobody out, 2 on. A 3-2 count on Brecklin Dennis. Here's the pitch. And she did. She walked her. That was high. Well, the bases are loaded. That's walk number 3 for Hannah Smart.
Now batting with the bases loaded, no outs. Number 7,
Tangela Smith steps in, and after her own scrappy at bat last time up, she took one over the center field wall. So we'll see what's in store this time. Bases full of Apaches, no one out, and a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. Well, if you don't want to deal with Tangela Smith, you got Malaya Alvera waiting on deck. So not an easy thing to deal with here for Hannah Smart. Here's the 1-0. Fly ball, that's exactly what they needed. And infield pop-up, she dropped it. Let's see what happens with the throw here, and nobody's going to be out. It's going to be an error on the shortstop, Caitlin Odom. A pop-up, that's exactly what you need there defensively for the Lady Roadrunners. You need a strikeout or an infield pop-up. She got what she needed, but Odom could not squeeze the ball. And everybody's safe. A run is in, and it's 3-1. And here's another dangerous hitter, Malaya Alvera. Alvera, 508 on the year, 4 homers, and 37 RBI. Ground ball to short, and you flip it to second for 1. And so that's 1 out. They did get 1. Another run comes home. So it's 4-1. Dennis goes to third base. Smith is out at second. And Alvera aboard on the fielder's choice. So first and third, 1 out. And here's Bailey Krolchek. Krolchek got hit by a pitcher first time up. First pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. Krolchek, 467 average on the year. Coming into the doubleheader. 9 doubles, 2 home runs, 17 RBI. Well, and she had 2 in the opener, so that means she's got 19 RBI. Not too bad a start for 23 games. Here's the 0-1. Just missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mr. Umpire back there has been pretty tight for both pitchers.
A little different zone than we saw the first game.
Yeah, first game was pretty liberal zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch fouled off at home plate. And it's 1-2. Well, double play still in order here. The runners in the corners. Alvera at first. Brecklin Dennis at third. And Krolchek trying to extend the Apaches' 4-1 lead here. Bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch. Well hit to left, and that ball is out of here. Bailey Krolchek caught an inside fastball and drove it out of here over the 215-foot sign. A 3-run homer for Bailey Krolchek.
It's her second homer today.
Yep. She had a 2-run homer in the opener, and this time it's a 3-run shot. And boy, in a heartbeat, the Apaches open it up 7-1. And we've seen this all season.
Number 18, Allie Kim.
Their lineup up and down can do some quick damage. And boy, that drop pop-up hurts you, as does the walk to Brecklin Dennis. Some of those free bases. With 1 out, it's 7-1. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. This is Allie Kim now for the second time. She had an RBI single to center her first time up. Apache offense very potent. Came in to the doubleheader with a 390 team average. Foul ball, it's 1-1. We noted on the pregame show before the opener that 6 of the Apache hitters have an average of over 400. And Brecklin Dennis not far behind, 388. Tangela Smith, 350. 1-1 pitch in there. And it's 1-2. Apaches had 41 home runs in 22 games coming into the doubleheader. I think they've had 4 more since, haven't they? Had 2 in the first game and 2 in this one. So that's 45 homers now for the Apache softballers in 24 games. We're still not through this one, so. Sounds like Hannah Frank is back there tossing again. That pitch misses. Pretty good spot right there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. Ali Kim at the plate. Aliana Mariquin waits on deck. Here's the pitch. Little tapper, tough play. Smart wheels, throws, not in time. Tell you what, Ali Kim gets down that line pretty quickly.
Allie's very fast.
And that's a single.
With the runner at first and 1 out. Number 25.
And 1, 2,
Marquin.
3, 4 hits in the inning now for the Apaches. They have put 5 runs on the board here in inning number 2. And stepping in is Aliana Mariquin. Hannah Smart, the freshman from Sydney, Australia, or Melbourne, Australia. There goes the runner, throw to second, not in time. So Ali Kim showing off that speed. Steals second base. Her 5th steal of the season. 5 for 5. Angela Smith has 11 steals. 11 for 11. She's leading the club. Jasmine Dodd, 9 for 12. Ground ball to second base, and nice play over there by Andrea Rodriguez. And Mariquin is out. Kim goes to third base on the play. And the 9th batter of the inning is Sloan Johnson. Sloan Johnson made the last out of the first inning. I always hated making the last out of an inning. I hated that because that meant you weren't going to be up for a long time.
Only thing worse, if she does it again right here, she'll really be in a funk.
Well, the good news is for the Apaches, it's Sloan, after making that last out of the first inning, she's getting a second opportunity here in the second inning. Sometimes those games go quickly. You don't get as many hits, and it's 3 or 4 innings before you get up there. That pitch is in there. And are we 0-2? We are 0-2. Got the amazing Kreskin next to me. Remember that? You ever seen that guy on TV? That's old school reference there. 0-2 pitch, ground ball left side, tough play, it's short. You pick it, you throw it, and boy, nice play at shortstop. Caitlin Odom, who dropped a pop-up in this inning, makes up for it there, and she throws out Sloan Johnson on the 6-3. Put a star by that one. That's a great play. We've seen some good defense from Angelina today, and another good play there by Caitlin Odom. But the Apaches score 5 runs on 4 hits. They leave 1 on. And your new score as we go to the 3rd inning, it's Tyler 7 and Angelina 1. Sarah Mays leads it off for Angelina as we head to the top of the third inning. 7-1 Apaches. They won the opener by a score of 8-0 behind a no-hitter by Dakota Stoughton. Hannah Frank has not had quite as efficient of outing here. Gave up a solo home run to Sarah Mays her first time up, so Sarah 1 for 1 with an RBI today. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. For Sarah Mays, that was her 11th homer of the year and her 31st RBI. So she leads the club in both of those categories. Comes into the doubleheader with a .447 average. Look out, hit her on the foot. And not happy about it. She's going to mumble her way down to first base and limp her way down there. And there's another ball that goes off the foot. That does not feel good at all.
Batting with runner at first and no outs. Number 20, Kaylee Ancelot.
Well, Sarah Mays makes her way down to first base. Nobody out. Here's Kaylee Ancelot, the third baseman. Ancelot got a single up the middle her first time up. So she's 1 for 1. Off the plate, ball 1. Well, this is we just had the revolving strike zone here so far in the first couple innings, because that pitch has been called a strike before, really for both pitchers. And that time, Hannah Frank kind of smirked as she got the ball back. 1-0 pitch, right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike.
When you're facing a dangerous hitter like Ancelot, you're wanting one.
You're wanting every pitch you can get, for sure.
Absolutely.
The 1-1 pitch, that's low. Yeah, as we can hear that wind
It's picking
whipping up.
a bit.
Well, it's blowing that way. We're blocked by the bricks. Then we will all have to hold down our papers here. Be a whirlwind in here.
I think Aubrey Carricker got nicked on the leg, perhaps, by that swing and miss by Ancelot. Nice changes. Speeds by Hannah Frank.
Hannah Frank now 38 pitches. Her counterpart, Hannah Smart, 60 pitches. Hannah Smart has thrown 30 in the first inning and 30 in the second inning. Off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're at the 3 spot. We're right in the middle of that Angelina lineup. And Annalise Guest waits on deck, and head coach Josh Barnes just asked if she was okay to hit. She gave him the thumbs up. Strike 3 called. And let's see, strikeout number 2 for Hannah Frank.
Now batting with a runner at first.
And stepping in is Annalise Guest.
Number 22, Annalise Guest.
And Sarah Mays still over at first base. She got hit by the pitch. First pitch misses, ball 1. Pretty good spot there. And it can be kind of frustrating for the hitters and the pitchers to just try to find where that zone is. Little tapper, foul. These umpires try to find a consistent zone. They do. They don't always find it, but they try.
Guess was hit on the arm.
Spoken like a true coach, right?
Exactly. Guess was hit on the arm the first at bat. Now she slams one down into her foot, so she's
walking wounded here. 1-1 pitch, and that's called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out and 1 aboard for the Lady Roadrunners. They're chasing a 6-run deficit. It's 7-1 Tyler. Swing and a miss. Nice grab by Aubrey behind the plate to hold on to that pitch.
Now batting with a runner at
And
first
there's
and
2
2
away.
outs. Number 14, Alexa Von Gontard.
Alexa Von Gontard. Very, very nicely done there, Derek. I'm going to wait for you to say her name every inning.
Yes. Alexa's a sophomore.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Sophomore from Montgomery, Texas.
Okay. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to first. Krolchek steps on the bag, and there you go. After the leadoff hit batter, Hannah Frank settles down. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball to first. And we will head to the bottom of the 3rd. The score remains Tyler 7, Angelina 1. Aubrey Carricker steps in with nobody on, nobody out. 9-1-2 for the Apaches, exactly how they started the 2nd inning, and they put 5 runs on the board. Brought 9 batters to the plate. They batted around last inning. Line shot right at the shortstop, drops it, picks it up, throws to first. Nicely done there. Caitlin Odom had that ball pop out of her glove, but she stayed with it and made a strong throw to get Aubrey Carricker, and there's 1 away.
Now batting with 1 out. Number 3.
Back to the top you go.
Dodd.
Jasmine Dodd for the 3rd time. Laid down a bunt her last time up. She's 1 for 2. And a bunt single. She's going to show bunt again, and the ball goes in the dirt. Ball 1. One 1-0 pitch. That's right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Angelina back with their royal blue uniforms with the orange Angelina across the front. Orange numerals and the white sleeves. The white visors and the white shoes. Orange and blue stripes on the stirrups. Ground ball up the middle. Tough play here. You got to get rid of it quick. You do. Nicely done there by Andrea Rodriguez. 2 up and 2 down. That ball took her to her right. She fielded it cleanly and did get rid of it quick enough to get a quick Jasmine Dodd. 2 outs.
Now batting with 2 outs.
Here's Brecklin Dennis.
Number 2, Brecklin Dennis.
Dennis walked her last time up. She struck out looking back in the 1st inning. She's 0 for 1. First pitch misses low, ball 1. Hannah Smart, the freshman from Melbourne. Misses high. 2 balls, no strikes. She's got a very distinct pre-pitch routine. She gets the sign and then kind of messes around with her hands a bit, twists her torso a bit. There's the hand movement, now the torso movement, now she pitches. It's just a habit she's got. And that's what gets her body ready to deliver the ball. Walks back to the back of the circle here. I don't know if she does that every pitch, but and she's back at it. 3-0 now to Brecklin Dennis. Yep, taken all the way there. And it's 3-1 on the Apache third baseman. If Dennis reaches, it would be Tangela Smith next. And there's a walk, so Dennis reaches again on a walk. And let's see here. Walk number 4 for Hannah Smart.
Not batting with a runner at first and 2 outs.
2 outs.
Number 7, Tangela Smith.
And that will be all for Hannah Smart. You're going to have a relief pitcher to face Tangela Smith. We'll let you know who that is when we return. All right, the new pitcher is Hannah Scoggin, right-handed sophomore from Diboll, Texas. Diboll not far from Lufkin at all. And so Scoggin threw in the first game. She came in and threw about an inning and 2/3. And she'll come in relief of Hannah Smart here in the third inning with 2 outs.
Have you noticed, John, there's been a lot of Hannahs on the mound in this game?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing but Hannahs.
Nothing but Hannahs.
First pitch in there, strike 1 to Tangela Smith. Hannah Smart ends up throwing 69 pitches in her outing. There goes the runner, throw to second, not in time. The ball goes into center, and Dennis will hustle over to third base.
She's going to score. She saw they were taking it a little bit nonchalantly.
Good hustle right there by Brecklin Dennis. She'll get credit for the stolen base, but then the E2 gets her to second. And I don't know how the heck I'd give her a stolen base on that last one, but it's really just going to be a 2-base error on the throw to center field. It's no balls, 2 strikes to Tangela Smith. 8-1.
The center fielder hesitated a little bit on the throw in.
And that's a base hit up the middle. Caitlin Odom tried to make the catch, left her feet, and it went off her glove, but that's going to be a single off the bat of Tangela Smith, her second hit of the game. And here's Malaya Alvera.
With a runner at first and 2 outs. Number 1, Malaya Alvera.
Now, what do we got? Josh Barnes, the head coach, is going to come over and talk to home plate umpire about something. And he might be, what's he doing here? He's going to make a defensive change. Center fielder who got hit by a pitch earlier in the game is holding that right arm, and she's going to have to come out of the ball game. And who is that, 17? Is that what I saw run out there? So 17 will replace 22 in center field. Let's see who that is. 17 is Savannah Robertson. We saw her in the opener. Pitch is fouled off. For strike 1.
She was holding her arm.
Yeah, she was not. She got hit by that pitch back in the first inning, and she hasn't been the same since.
Right. What's particularly frustrating for Guess was she wears an elbow pad, and somehow that ball dodged the elbow pad and hit her arm.
Well, Robertson played right field in the opener, so she's very comfortable playing outfield, and she'll take over in center now for Annalise Guess. Now, Guess made some great defensive plays, so they're probably Going to lose a little defense with her coming out. That ball's well hit to right field, high, deep, and out of here. A 2-run home run for Malaya Alvera.
That little breeze helped at that.
Yep, that was a little bit windblown right there. That didn't go to get out of here, but a few feet. But still a good piece of hitting by Malaya Alvera to hit that ball deep in the strike zone and be able to get it out of here. So it's now a 3-run inning, and it's 10-1.
Number 20, Bailey Krolchek.
Apache's doing some damage here with 2 outs. This is what they did in the first inning, Charles. As Hannah Smart got the first 2 batters of the inning.
Exactly.
And then it was a walk, an infield single, and a 2-run homer. And the Apaches are so dangerous, they can make you pay for the smallest of mistakes.
If you get that ball, if the opposing pitchers get that ball over the plate, the Apaches generally jump on it. You're going to have to keep it.
They've been aggressive, and they've had some scrappy at-bats. Sometimes they've scrapped and then gotten a good pitch later in the count. There's another bullet up the middle. And that ball, nice play in center to keep it at a single by Robertson. So a line drive single up the middle by Krolchek. And that's 3 consecutive hits for the Apaches.
Number 18.
Here's Allie Kim. Allie Kim is 2 for 2. So it's 10-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A 2-run first, a 5-run second, now 3 more here in the 3rd. First pitch misses, ball 1.
Brecklin Dennis started this rally by getting a base on balls after 2 were out.
Since then, it's been 3 consecutive hits. Single, home run, single. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Angelina has the potential to put runs on the board. So you got to stay on top of things if you're the Apaches for sure. Look at some of the scores of the Angelina ball games, and they have their share of run rule wins as well. (23-12), 17-5, 14-10. That pitch is in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 17-6 over Temple, 12-4 over Grayson, 8-0 over Blinn, 21-0 over Lamar State College Port Arthur. So you can't fall asleep if you're the Apaches.
No, you can't. So far, their bats, though, have been stymied by Dakota Stoughton and Hannah Frank.
3-2 now on Allie Kim, trying to get her 3rd hit in this ball game. She did not play in the opener. The pitch, ball 4. Walk number 5 for Lady Roadrunner pitchers. First walk for Hannah Scoggin. Here's Aliana Mariquin. 0 for 1. She walked in the first inning and grounded out to second in the second.
Kim's been on base all 3 times this game.
First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, I'm using almost every square, Charles. There aren't a lot of gaps in my score sheet, which is good news for the Apaches. That means they're swinging the bats and getting up a lot and scoring runs. No balls and 2 strikes as Hannah Scoggin works ahead of Aliana Mariquin. The pitch misses low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Krolchek at second, Allie Kim at first, 2 away. 10-1 Apaches, the bottom of the 3rd inning. The pitch, little bloop, and that ball gets away from the shortstop, and boy, it had some funny spin on it. And another run comes home for Tyler. Krolchek took full advantage of a ball that probably had some really crazy spin on it. I'm going to give it an error. You got to give that an error, I think. Everybody's safe. It's 11-1. And the 9th batter of the inning is Sloan Johnson. Popped out of play to the right side, 0-1. Well, the ball was not hit squared up, but it probably had some funny spin. As soon as it hit Caitlin Odom's glove, it spun away. And Sloan Johnson, a good rip on a fastball, fouls it into the net, and it's 0-2. So Hannah Scoggin works ahead quickly. The 0-2, just low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, now you got Mara Quinn at first, Allie Kim at second, 2 away. And Sloan Johnson, the 1-2. Fly ball center field. Robertson going back and off the fence. 1 run comes home. The 2nd run's going to be sent home. It's a 2-run double for Sloan Johnson. Well, that ball came within a few feet of getting out of here. And 2 more runs are in. And the Apaches have opened this up 13-1.
With the runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Number 4, Aubrey Carricker.
Aubrey Carricker opened the inning with a ground ball to short. And this was a innocent-looking inning. They have done all of this with 2 outs. The first 2 batters of the inning were retired. First pitch in there, strike 1. Carricker grounded out to short, and then it was a Dodd ground out to second. 2 outs, nobody on. And the Apaches have come back and scored 6 runs to push this lead out to 13-1. The 0-1 misses low. And I've been in games on both sides of these things. And, boy, when you're in the field and you're in that dugout, you just somehow, somebody make an out. And in the dugout, if you're in the offensive side of things, you're just saying, hey, let's just keep going. Just keep going.
Keep the line moving.
Yep. Pop up. This should do it. And caught at second base by Rodriguez to finally end the inning. So it's an F or a P4 rather. But the Apaches on 4 hits score 6 more runs. The big blow, a 2-run homer by Malaya Alvera. And your new score as we go to the top of the 4th, it's Tyler 13, Angelina 1.
Have you ever been the
First pitch, a little foul ball down the first base line, and Krolczyk goes over there and picks it up. And it's 0-1 on Michaela Roger. Struck out looking at first time up. 0-1. Hannah Frank in the circle. 13-1 Apaches. The hard part, Charles, is this keeping her fresh. Get these long innings. And she's had to go back out there after a 5-run second inning and now a 6-run third inning. Not easy to do. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Michaela Roger.
Dakota Stoughton was able to keep her concentration in the first game with a pretty big lead, but she was going for a no-hitter, so that was extra motivation, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, for sure. Swing and a miss, struck her out. Well, that's what you like to see right there, a leadoff strikeout. And that'll be strikeout number 4 for Hannah Frank. Here's Brenda Sanchez now. Base hit up the middle her first time up. She's 1 for 1.
As I mentioned, I think last week, Hannah Frank took a year off from pitching last year and has come back now to be
very effective.
Very effective for the Apaches.
Started the game 7-0 with a 1.38 ERA. That's the best ERA on the squad. Obviously, 1 loss is the best record as well. Coming into today, she had appeared in more games than any other Apache pitcher. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. 1 out, nobody aboard. 13-1 Apaches, top of the 4th inning. They lead the Angelina Lady Roadrunners. Off the plate, 1-2. The Apaches won the opener 8-0 on a no-hitter by Dakota Stoughton. And Hannah Frank, while losing the no-hitter in the first inning, is still pitching really very well. High fly ball left field. This has got a chance, and caught at the fence. Boy, right at the wall. Jasmine Dodd drifted back. That was High Plains Drifter right there on the outfield play, but she had enough time to get to the fence. She stood at the fence, and it came right to her. Well, you don't teach it that way. You teach someone to go back to the wall first, and she drifted back, and that ball was hit so high that it probably got a little bit of a nudge, but not enough to get it out of here. 2 outs and nobody aboard for Andrea Rodriguez.
A little bit surprising with the wind blowing the way it was.
And I thought that might get out of here as high as it went. And just hung up enough for Jasmine Dodd to make the catch right at the base of the wall. 1 ball, no strikes to second baseman Andrea Rodriguez. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
New Apache pitching coach Haley Holland, Hallsville native, has been working closely, of course, with Hannah Frank, Dakota Stoughton, the other Apache pitchers, and I can see some of the payoffs.
Next pitch is going to miss, and we've got a pinch hitter now. Lindsay Picasso is the pinch hitter. Next pitch, called a strike. It's 2 and I think it's 2-2, isn't it? Yeah, 2 balls, 2 strikes. We got 2 outs. Deuces Wild on the board. The pitch just missed low. Full count on pinch hitter Lindsay Picasso. Picasso, an infielder on the roster, a freshman out of Mansfield Timberview High School. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. And strikeout number 5 for Hannah Frank. And that will do it for the Lady Roadrunners here in the 4th inning. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 4. The score remains Tyler 13, Angelina 1. Top of the lineup for the Apaches. Dodd, Dennis, and Smith scheduled to hit for Tyler. 13-1, bottom of the 4th. Apaches are 3 outs from a doubleheader sweep on the first game of the conference schedule. Oh and 1 to Dodd. Hannah Scoggin in the circle, swing and a miss. It's 0 and 2. Jasmine Dodd on the day is 1 for 3. A couple of ground balls a second and a drag bunt hit. Talked about her on the pregame show a little bit. Fouls one off. She is a jack of all trades. Came into the doubleheader batting .456. She leads the team in runs scored with 36, or did. Second in hits with 31. 10 home runs leads the club. Third in RBIs at 25. 18 walks leads the team, and her on-base percentage coming into the doubleheader was .573. By the way, she's second on the team in steals with 9. So there's not much she's not doing for this offense, and she had another good day. There's a hard ground ball to second. Nice play there by Rodriguez, and there's one away. Hard hit ball off the bat of Dodd. It's the third time she's grounded out to second base. Here's Brecklin Dennis. Dennis, 2 walks and a strikeout looking. Little looper into center, base hit. Well, I was just going to remark if she was going to swing the bat today. She's got a couple of walks in a row. And she gets a base hit, so there you go.
Number 7, Tangela Smith.
Tangela Smith, 2 for 3. A solo home run in the first. She reached on an error by the shortstop in the second, and an infield single in the third. First pitch in there. And it's 0-1. For all practical purposes here, Charles, the Apaches have batted around every inning. Not quite, but pretty close.
Pretty close.
They won 8 in the first inning, 9 in the second. I think maybe 10 in the third. And here we are in the fourth. Tangela Smith getting her 4th plate appearance in 4 innings. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Dennis is at first. Pitch is in there. It's 1-2. Hannah Scoggin took over with 2 outs in the second inning. She's been in there ever since. She took over for the starter, Hannah Smart. Time called. Well, I'm not sure if I'll check on see if there's other scores around the conference today. I don't know if any of them are going to post just yet. The pitch missed high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, today, the first day of conference play in Region 14 East. That ball's fouled out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
In case anyone's just joining us, Apaches have a pretty comfortable 13-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, the only score that posted was this one, 8-0 in the opener here. Popped out of play. That's going to be foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Northeast Texas is at Kilgore. We don't have any updates on their games. Navarro is at Bossier, and there's no updates on those games yet. Navarro, okay, there's three sets of doubleheaders today. Another foul ball, and we've seen this all day long by the Apache hitters. Battling and battling and battling, lots of foul balls. Tell you where I probably could get this is if I get on Twitter. I'm not a Twitter guy.
You better stay off there then.
D'Angela Smith looking for her third hit of the day. Another foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch, another foul ball.
Charles, would you get them to straighten those foul balls out?
Next pitch, Pete. Take care of it. Smith has 2 hits and has scored 2 runs in this game.
Well, she's worked it to a 3-2 count now. She's had a great at bat. And Malaya Alvera waits on deck. Doesn't get any easier. Here's the payoff pitch. Ball 4. Well, let's see here. Walk number 6 here in the ball game. Second walk for Scoggins. First and second, one out. And here's Malaya Alvera. She hit a 2-run homer her last time up. Apache's trying to add on to a 13-1 lead here in the 4th inning. Misses low, ball 1. Pretty good spot right there. One 1-0 count, the pitch. And that ball misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, I don't see that happening, Pete.
Well, we like to have a contrarian.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Outside corner, called a strike. It's 2-1.
She ought to go. She's already 3/4 way there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Next pitch grounded to third, foul, and it's 2-2. 13 runs on 11 hits for Tyler. Angelina 1 run on 3 hits. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Malaya Alvera at the plate. Dennis at second, Smith at first. Got Scroggin in the circle for the Lady Roadrunners. Lady Roadrunners 14-9-1 coming into this game, 0-1 in the conference. 2-2 pitch. High fly ball, center field. That might be out of here, and it is way out of here. Malaya Alvera continues to swing a hot bat. Back-to-back homers and back-to-back at-bats. That went way over that high wall in center field. And that's a 3-run job.
Alvera has just amazing power.
16-1 now, Apaches. And boy, she can swing that bat. And on a day when the wind's blowing out, the Apaches have taken full advantage.
Number 20, Bailey Krolchek.
And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change for Angelina, as Coach Josh Barnes comes out and has a chat with the umpire. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. It's 16-1 Apaches. All right, the new pitcher for Angelina is a right-handed freshman from Helotes, Texas, Ebby Rodriguez. We saw Rodriguez in the opener, and she'll come on here in Game 2 as well in relief of Hannah Scoggin. First pitch low, ball 1. This is Bailey Krolchek. Krolchek got hit by pitch. She hit a 3-run homer in the second inning and singled her last time up. 2 for 2. Fouls it straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rodriguez, coming into the doubleheader, was 3-2 with a 2.97 ERA. Her 13th appearance of the year. 1 start, 30 2/3 innings, 18 strikeouts, 5 walks coming into today's doubleheader. The 1-1. Ball's hit into center field, base hit. And the Apaches continue to swing a hot bat. That's 3 hits on the day for Krolchek. And that'll bring up Allie Kim. All right, we got a pinch hitter. And it looks like Maddie Hale is going to pinch hit here.
Now batting for the Apaches with a runner on first and 1 out. Number 14, Maddie Hale.
Hale will hit for Allie Kim here as the designated player in the 6th spot. Runner at first, 1 out, 4th inning. The Apaches 3 outs from a doubleheader sweep. First pitch in there, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Maddie Hale, the pinch hitter. The new pitcher is Ebby Rodriguez. We got 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. Off-speed pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Apache scored 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 6 in the third, and 3 more here in the 4th. Look out. That's back behind the head of Maddie Hale. Kind of looks like a football score. Safety, a field goal and a safety, a touchdown with no extra point, and another field goal. 16-1. Bunch of crooked numbers there. Well, this Apache offense has continued, and as much as Eric Henderson felt confident coming in, but you start conference play, all bets are off, and the Apaches have brought their A game to the plate today. 3-1 with 1 out. The pitch misses low, ball 4. So runners at first and second. We're going to have another hitter, I believe.
It's Paulina Barajas.
Okay, so Barajas will hit for Mariquin.
Now batting for the Apaches with runners at first and second, 1 out. Number 11, Paulina Barajas.
So Coach Henderson giving some girls that haven't gotten a chance to play yet, getting in there here in the 4th inning. Paulina Barajas will take over for Mariquin in the 7 position. 16-1 Tyler. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Paulina, the freshman from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, joined the Apaches here in January.
Pitch missed off the plate, 1-1. Just 10 at bats so far, 2 for 10. That's a 200 average. Does have a couple RBIs. Got 2 on and 1 out here in the 4th. Ebby Rodriguez in the circle for Angelina. The 1-1. Pop up, shallow left field, and camping under it is going to be the left fielder, Jada Carter, for out number 2. So that will bring up Sloan Johnson.
Now batting with runners
And
at first and second, 2 outs. Number 10, Sloan Johnson.
And the Apaches have batted around once again. Yeah, I think they have.
Not quite.
All right, I was going to say, my score sheet's kind of messed up because I
Give
was
it
playing
about-
games with it here. I have one blank of the 4 innings. There's only one spot hadn't been used. So it's pretty close to batting around again. 0-1 pitch. Driven into left field. Oh, a nice catch
Oh,
by
great
Jada
catch.
Carter. We've seen some great outfield play from Angelina today. There's another one. Diving catch by Jada Carter robbed Sloan Johnson of extra bases. So put another star by that defensive play. But the Apaches get 3 more runs. They need 3 outs for the doubleheader sweep. It's 16-1 Tyler. All right, the Apaches have gone into their bullpen now. First time in this game. New pitcher is Grayson Long.
Now batting for
And
no runners in the top of the
Grayson
fifth.
Long on the year, 2-1 with a 3.39 ERA. Her 11th appearance of the year, all is out of the bullpen. She does have 2 saves, 20 2/3 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts, 11 walks. Opposing hitters hitting .235 off the new pitcher, Grayson Long.
Barajas has gone into shortstop. Blakely Niles is behind the plate. Allie White has gone into right field.
All right. The freshman from Livingston in the circle for the Apaches. Next pitch, outside corner, called a strike. We're in the top of the 5th, 16-1 Tyler. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. Nicely done there. And it's 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of 5. This is Caitlin Odom for the second time. She grounded out to short her first time up. Grayson Long with the pitch. Misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Apaches trying to win their 21st game of the year against just 3 losses. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase one. And there's one away. First strikeout for Grayson Long. That's 6 strikeouts for Tyler pitching.
Now batting with 1 out. Number 13, Jada Carter.
Here's Jada Carter now for the 3rd time. 0 for 2. She lined out to the pitcher and grounded out to second. First pitch misses, ball 1. Carter 329 coming into the doubleheader. Just off the plate. 6 doubles, 4 home runs for Carter. 23 RBIs, was third on the team right now in RBIs coming into the doubleheader. Leadoff hitter. Swing and a miss. Angelina led by Sarah Mays and Kaylee Ancelot offensively. Mays came in with a 447 average. Ancelot 438. Three and one is the count. Grayson Long in the circle. The pitch. Fouled straight back. And it's a full count. The 3-2 pitch. Strike three called. And now you're 1 out away. Second strikeout for Grayson Long. Seventh strikeout for Tyler pitching. Well, early on, Hannah Frank didn't have a lot of strikeouts, but she got stronger as she went. Struck out 2 in the third inning and 2 more in the fourth. And now Grayson Long has struck out 2 here in the fifth. First pitch, strike 1. And that's been a while since we've had that one called a strike. Sarah Mays. I think Mr. Umpire can smell the finish line here. The 0-1. Just missed. That looked like better than the first one.
Sarah's accounted for the only Angelina run today with a home run in the first inning.
Her 11th homer of the year. The 1-1 pitch. Look out. She already got hit in the foot. She was quick to move that out of the way, wasn't she?
No more.
That poor girl got hit in the foot her last time. Her last time up. She sure did get hit in that right foot.
So she says no more.
No. She remembered how much that hurt. The 2-1. That's right down the middle, called a strike. She's kind of shaking her head, shrugging her shoulders, not knowing what to do. Down to your last strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 16-1 here in the fifth inning. The pitch. Misses low. Blakely Niles now back behind the plate for the Apaches. Allie White out in right field. Some defensive changes here late.
Apaches have the luxury of 4 young ladies who are all very capable catchers on their squad.
3-2 pitch right back to the circle. Tough play. You hurry up and get rid of it. And safe. Boy, bang, bang play at first base. And that'll be a hit for Sarah Mays. That's the 1B16. Went right back up the middle. Grayson Long knocked it down. And then it was Barajas trying to make the play on the run, and by the time she got it over to first, Mays had beat it out. Well, here's Kaylee Ancelot now. First pitch in there, strike 1. Ancelot singled in the first inning and struck out looking in the third. Way back in the first, Mays hit a solo shot, and Ancelot a base hit up the middle, and it looked like Angelina was off and running. That's really all they've gotten offensively all game. Little pop-up that just trickles foul. Krolchek tried to make the catch, and some of her teammates screaming at her. Wanted her to make that catch. 0-2 with 2 outs. Kaylee Ancelot at the plate. Little tapper to the short. This should do it. Catch it, you throw to first, ball game. 6-3 will end it as the Apaches take a doubleheader sweep here at home at Schwab Field. Let's pull up some of these numbers here. And let's see if we can pull up the box score real quick. Your final line score. Tyler, 16 runs on 13 hits and no errors. Angelina, 1 run on 4 hits. They commit 3 errors here in the nightcap. And so, Charles, any final thoughts? I'm going to wrap this up here Yeah, well, before we ask you for final thoughts, let me go ahead and go through the box score and give you some stars of the game. First of all, let me tip of the cap to the Angelina defense. They made 4 or 5 web gem type plays today, even though they come up on the short end of a doubleheader sweep here. Impressed with their defense, so congrats to Josh Barnes. He's got his girls playing hard in that field. They just ran into a couple, certainly Dakota Stoughton, a no-hitter in the first game, and Hannah Frank was almost equally as effective here in Game 2. Let's go through the box score for Game 2. On the Angelina side, Sarah Mays is 2 for 2 with an RBI. She did have the home run and the single there in the last inning. That was the only multi-hit player for the Lady Roadrunners. They ended up getting 4 hits in the ball game. On the Tyler side of it, we had a number of I guess a couple here. Tangela Smith, 2 for 3, 3 runs scored, an RBI. Malaya Alvera, 2 for 3, 4 runs scored, 6 RBI for Malaya in this ball game. And Bailey Krolchek, 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, 3 RBI there. There's the crux of your offense right there in the middle of the lineup. And so, well, you got to, I guess, it's hard to overlook Malaya Alvera as star of the game offensively.
Absolutely.
6 RBIs on the day, and 2 for 3, 4 runs scored for her. So she continues to produce for the Apache offense. On the mound, if you look at the numbers for the pitchers, Hannah Frank, 4 complete innings, 63 pitches, struck out 5 and walked 0. And that's the 0 is the one I'm going to highlight. She did not walk a batter. Of course, Grayson Long comes on. She will not be in order for a save there, but she comes on and throws 1 inning, 20 pitches, strikes out 2 batters in that last inning. So the losing pitcher for this game will be Hannah Smart. She will drop to 3-2 on the year. And the winning pitcher will be Hannah Frank, and she will go to 8-0 on the year. She'll get the win. The loss will drop Angelina to 14-10-1 overall and 0-2 in conference play. The win will take the Apaches to 21-3 overall and 2-0 in conference play. And so that will wrap up the box score update. Charles, any final thoughts?
Well, when in the doubleheader, the Apaches scored 24 runs, and the pitchers only give up 1 run. You've had a very successful day to open the conference.
A no-hitter in the opener and then a 4-hitter
yeah.
in the nightcap.
Congratulations to Dakota Stoughton for a great ball game and a no-hitter in the opening game, which kind of got the Apaches off to a great day.
Well, and you got to feel good about what Hannah Frank did, because she gave up a home run in the very first inning and then a hard-hit single right up the middle, and it looked like Angelina, it looks like they were going to start pounding the ball a little bit, and she settled in nicely and ends up throwing 4 innings, striking out 5 Lady Roadrunners and getting her 8th win of the year. So congrats to Hannah Frank. And that'll wrap things up for a Wednesday afternoon here at the Brook Hill School at Schwab Field. Appreciate you watching these games. So for the whole athletic department well, before we do that, before we give our credits here, let's let you know the Angelina Roadrunners are at Kilgore on Saturday. That's their next ball games. And the Apaches have the weekend off, and they have Weatherford here on Monday. And if I remember correctly, we are going to broadcast those games. Let me pull that up real quick on the broadcast schedule. And let's see here.
I believe you are.
I think, yeah, our next broadcasts are going to be Monday. That would be 2 o'clock start. Is that what we got on the schedule?
I think that's right, John.
2 o'clock doubleheader against the Weatherford Coyotes. They come to Schwab Field. We are supposed to get a little rain over the weekend, so outside chance we'd be at White House. But irrespective of that, we should be broadcasting both of those games, weather permitting. 2 o'clock start. We'll be on the air about 1:45 with dugout interviews. And so if you can't make it out for the ball games on that Monday, make sure you tune in, and we'll have both of them there on Monday afternoon. After that, let's see, the next softball broadcast, we're not 100% sure, probably looks at March 23rd against North Park. That's a couple weeks away. So anyways, these girls are going to have a couple days off for baseball or for softball games. I'm sure that Coach Henderson's going to try to keep him busy a little bit. He's out there dragging the field right now, jack of all trades. That's welcome to head coaching in NJCA softball, right? After you win a doubleheader, you're out there dragging the field. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, That includes Mr. Kevin Vest, the athletic director, Captain Chuck Smith, associate AD, Miss Kelsey Weeks, the assistant AD. A big thank you to all the people in the press box. Mr. Pete Mendolia did a great job on the scoreboard today, as always. Derek Talcott doing an awesome job with the PA. And my partner in crime, Dr. Charles Johnson. Thanks for joining me again today, Charles. And this is Dr. John Gross signing off from Bullard, Texas. The Apaches sweep a doubleheader. They go 2-0 in conference play. 8-0 behind the no-hit pitching of Dakota Stoughton in the opener. 16-1 winners in the nightcap. Until next time, so long, everybody.